Pasito tum tum, pasito tum tum, pasito tum tum, pasito tum tum.
Hello, this is Chef Willie. Welcome to a classic modern reviews. It is my favorite time of the year. No, not Christmas. It is time to sum up the best movies and the worst movies of the year. But in this case, we're not gonna do that. No. We're gonna look at a side that no one has ever dared to come across on. We're gonna look at the movies that were just simply okay. This list will contain movies that fall on the average radar, or were good but not great, or made me feel indifferent about them. And the fun side of it can be made of anything. Good movies, bad movies, movies that you loved but everyone else hated, or movies that you hated but everyone else loved. And keep in mind, I didn't see all the movies of this year, so I'm just gonna do the ones that I did watch. And don't get offended if you see one that you don't agree with. It's nothing personal, it's just good business. So let's not waste any more time. These are the top 10 movies of 2017. So let this countdown begin with my favorite number of all time, number 10, The Mummy. I know this is gonna be on many's worst list, and deserving so. The tone of the movie is unclear, the characters are cartoons, and the plot is a sad Marvel ripoff of their now unquestioned Dark Universe. And it is sad because I am a fan of these classic monsters, and I would like to see this crossover have a good payoff. But out of all the bad movies I've seen this year, I had the most fun with this one. The unexpected over-the-topness made it into a silly monster flick to laugh at, as it is this year so bad, it is so good. Number 9! Ferdinand. Surprisingly, this had enough heart and soul to be a decent film. If you start with the opening and skip it through the end, it's a pretty good story. But of course, they lose me in the middle with their dances and pop references, which I hate in animation. I only wish this could have taken more chances at being dark, because this had potential of being a dark movie with the animal cruelty, and it would have left a much bigger impact. But from what I got, it's not awful. John Cena did a good voiceover, and when it was emotional, it nailed it. Number 8! Kong Skull Island. If you've seen my review of it, then you know what I thought about Skull Island. It was an early action popcorn flick, but to me, this is the most forgettable out of all the Kongs that I've seen so far. None of the characters are interesting, and the plot is too generic. The only thing that made it passable was the action with Kong and how nicely shot the cinematography was. Building up to the epic battle versus Godzilla, so far the only thing I'm looking forward to this movie is not in here. Number 7! Beauty and the Beast. I should make this one clear. I don't mind Disney remaking something like Cinderella or Pete's Dragon, but I see no point on remaking a classic that most view as perfect. This one is an inferior remake to its predecessor. Even though it tries to add something new, it didn't add anything important to the Beast or Belle's character. But I still didn't mind it as much. The supporting cast were the better part of the movie, and some points felt emotional just by the music alone. It was tolerable for what it was, but not enough to be considered as a tale as old as time. Number 6! Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. This could probably be the definitive average movie of this year, and deserving so. But for me, it was not as fun as for most people. It didn't do anything extraordinary, but it didn't do anything awful either. It falls perfectly on that middle line to make it okay. Some of the performances like Dwayne Johnson and Jack Black were good, but other parts just took my interest off the movie. If I were to judge it as a sequel to the original Jumanji, this is perfect for background noise. Number 5! Spider-Man Homecoming. Some call it the best Spider-Man movie ever. I say it's fine. It's a fun high school life story with superpowers, but I still hold that the Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire is still the better adaptation. The characters in there were more complex and had more depth. The only complexities this one had was the villain, which I'm not taking away how great it was. But this Spider-Man doesn't give me a reason to be interested to see him unless he shows up with the Avengers. Still, It's a friendly neighborhood. I can see webbing back again. Number 4. Alien Covenant. Since I wasn't as familiar with the Alien franchise, this wasn't as repulsive as it was for many fans. Surely the first half is a copy of the original Alien, and there are some unforgivable dumb moments. And we've seen these philosophical questions of our place in the world done much better, but it's still intriguing the director's views about creation, whether we come from aliens, and is artificial life the next species that will inherit life on Earth? Just like Prometheus didn't receive a great response and now it's viewed as a genius work by so many fans, this can one day be viewed as equally fascinating by another. Number 3. Murder on the Orient Express. This one brings a vibe to the classic films. It has a great look, great cast, even though some are thrown into the sidelines to develop other ones more than others. Still, it's a fun crime mystery where you question everyone's innocence. Everyone has secrets, anyone can be a suspect, and it delivers a dark, but in my opinion, satisfying ending to this closed case. Number 2. Kingsman: The Golden Circle. This was one hell of an entertaining spy movie. It was over the top, the action was fun and over the top, the villain was fun in a psychotic way. The technology is so ridiculously over the top. One thing that I can't stand about spy movies is how they're always compared to James Bond. This is the new James Bond and so. Well, let's see if it's still relevant in 20 years from now. As for Kingsman, if it keeps doing its own thing, being the bloody rated R version of fun spies, progresses the characters, and becomes more relevant in 10 years from now, then maybe this could be not as good as James Bond, but definitely a worthy comparison. Did you make it through here? Very well then. And the number 1 okay movie of 2017 is... Power Rangers. Initially, when I first saw the previews of this one, I thought this was gonna be bad, like fan-for-stick bad. How so? Because it almost looked like fan-for-stick. The cinematography looked gritty, the characters looked depressed, and it seemed like the Rangers were going to show up until the end. And wouldn't you know, I got a lot of hate for that comment, and after watching this film, I just wanted to say, my bad. I didn't think I would ever say this, but so far, this is the best Power Rangers movie that I have seen. It's like they combined fan-for-stick, the Transformer franchise, the last 2 previous ones, and accidentally added some chemical talent. Thus, the Power Rangers was born! All the actors were relatable, you knew their backstories, and you cared for them. The story was also good. You follow them through their test of earning these heroic powers instead of being given to them that easily. We know more about the Power Rangers and where they come from. We know more about the villain and where she comes from. Zordon, we know who he is. And he's made more 3-dimensional instead of a one-note expedition guy. And it was also fun, like in a good way. Now the reason that it falls on the average radar is because it's a standard superhero origin. The villain is pretty standard too, and for some it can drag for not having the heroes on their suits until the end. But coming from a Power Rangers movie to be good and make me feel invested and actually care is quite an accomplishment. This may not be on anyone's top best list, but it is definitely on the solid list in the number 1 spot. So go Power Rangers. So what were some of your favorite okay movies of this year? You can share them in the comment section, and if you liked this video, leave a like and subscribe for more content. Well guys, tune in next time because the classic and modern review comparison start over with the Maltese Falcon and Sin City. So for now, that's it for today. Ciao.
Pasito tum tum, pasito tum tum.